Well. All three of us have finally showed up to the Mere
Look at that.
Nonsense podcast.
Working.
It's been about a month. I think so. But yeah, good to have you boys back. Good to be back. I was sick last week. The week before, something else happened. I think Brad.
Terrible, terrible migraine. Couldn't even look at a screen anymore.
Yeah. And then I don't know what else happened with the other weeks, but point is, we're back now. And
Billy got bit by a snake
Did I?
right on his dick.
Just a tip.
That's all that shows. So
Billy is the snake.
Billy bit his own dick. Billy, all right, hold on. That fucking beard, Billy. Please stop.
No.
Give me the undercarriage. Let me see. Let me see the sack. Oh God.
Even worse, I know.
That looks like what you would grow out on your pubes growing up, and you just don't know what to do. You just...
Working on it, all right? I wasn't blessed with good facial hair features.
Actually,
do it because the girlfriend likes it.
It actually looks like my balls, because or when I used to shave as a teen, right? I would get all the pubes, but I was scared to shave the balls because I didn't want to cut my balls. So like, I would just have hairy
shit.
balls.
Did I ever tell you, Billy, that Brad used to actually like pull that shit, rip that shit out in front of me?
His pubes?
Yeah.
No. No, you did not.
Not even a fucking wince from the madman.
Hold this for me, Z.
He just fucking yoinks it out, dude. To this day, don't understand.
That's how he shaves.
I got a shaving kit for Christmas, so all I've been doing is taking like I don't know the actual like trimmer sizes, but like I keep a lot of it and I just keep trimming it down and then I try to line it and then I'm like getting the close shaver on both sides because I want to fill in my cheeks because I've never had full fucking cheeks, but it's still not doing anything for me.
You'll get there, champ.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. My so Venus and I got each other like some Valentine's Day stuff. We opened them up a little early. But one of the things she got me was she customized this like beard oil stuff. So I got some like beard oil that I put on my face to help encourage growth.
Well, I've been seeing
Oh,
videos like randomly through TikTok or YouTube, whatever, where like they talk about there's an actual kit of
Yeah, like beard scaping or something like that.
yeah, being able to grow your entire beard, and it's like
Mhm.
I don't I don't know whether to believe that or not because I feel like it's just all genetics.
I think
Yeah,
I should try it to see if it gets any more full, maybe.
I I've contemplated doing something like that, but I was like, you know what, like, there's really no point. If I was meant to grow one out, it'll grow in. But I know like my dad, biological father, he had like a similar thing going on, and it took him months before he grew his out, and now it's pretty decent.
You look
So
like Genghis Khan, or who's the
What the fuck? He's-
um
are you sure
mine.
about that?
So I actually do have some hair like here, but it's too blonde for the camera to pick it up.
Mhm.
But I can't tell with a lot of this if it's gray or blonde because it's just such a mix. I have probably like four different shades of hair color in here.
Damn.
And then every now and then, like, and this is like even on my arms or something, I'll get like a dark black hair that just grows in.
Mhm.
Well, your dad has a pretty good fucking beard.
Do you remember when he used to not grow that out?
Yeah, like he never did. And then
Yeah.
retirement came and he's just like, fuck it, dog. Let her
Yep.
rip. I mean, it had to be because of the job, right?
Yeah. I mean, he was a cop, so he could only have a mustache.
Yeah. But we saw the Super Bowl today. It just ended. Brad,
GG's.
you bet it on the Chiefs?
I did. I am notorious for always picking the wrong team. A lot of me picking the wrong team was me just picking against Brady all the time. But no, this
Eventually.
this time I picked I picked the correct team, and I just posted a picture for you boys to see. That's Billy. Uh, in general, uh, Chiefs won. It was a very good game. A lot of people are complaining about the refs. Billy said his friend was complaining, saying that the refs were bad all game. I don't think
Yeah,
so. I
the
think they
whole
were
game
fair.
was pretty good up until
Yeah,
the end, where like, I mean, that call.
yeah, and that
But
one was questionable
yeah, it could
too.
be either way, honestly.
Yeah. But I feel like they were fair from the very beginning. It was very back and forth too, so it was good.
Yeah, I remember. When was it? This was like years ago, when the Panthers, I think, were the ones that made it to the Super Bowl.
We were watching at Matt's house, I think.
Was it?
I don't
I don't know.
remember.
I just remember it
No,
was
that was
like
Ravens.
super fucking boring. I was
Mhm.
like, damn, dude, for a Super Bowl like this.
I mean,
I
what
think
was the game with
I think that was
Patriots versus Rams or something? It was like a 13-7 game or some shit, or like 13-3. That was a terrible game. That was like 5, 6 years ago.
Like the blowout.
Not even a blowout. It was like literally 13-3. That's not a fucking blowout, or 13-7, whatever it was. Like that's just
they're
It's
just
just
a
low
go
touchdown,
scoring.
two
Yeah.
touchdowns, touchdown and a half
yeah, they're just
with a field goal.
slowly
Just sucking
getting
it
to the
up.
first down each time.
But this game was very good because it was a mix of like some fucking Hail Marys that actually got caught, a punt return that went like 80 fucking yards or something insane. Um, Jalen and Mahomes are both injured walking into this, so seeing how they dealt with it was interesting. Mahomes got tackled at one point, and the guy had his back and then slipped down to his leg and then basically tucked his ankle in, the bad ankle. And we thought that was it for.
Bro, that last quarter, the Eagles were making some pretty gnarly tackles on the Chiefs.
Oh, they're
Like,
hitting hard.
yeah. It got to the point where one of their, I think it was a wide receiver, unless he was tight end, I don't know. One of their guys, number 87, they ended up taking him out because he was like slightly injured by like the last 3 or 4 minutes. Uh, yeah, the Eagles went pretty fucking hard. It was a really good game. I enjoyed it.
I believe it was in that same quarter. So again, Mahomes had the injured ankle, and he ended up running a good like 20 yards or something after sneaking through, and you could tell like he was in a lot of fucking pain, but he was able to get through it.
Yeah,
So he definitely deserved that win. It's Mahomes town.
Mahomes Town. Did you catch any Super Bowl commercials, Billy, aside from the ones that I sent you? No.
They all look
Gotcha.
You
terrible.
sent me Super Bowl commercials?
Well, those were from the Super Bowl.
All
From
those
the
trailers were
trailers.
Yeah.
from the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
actually shorter in the Super Bowl, and they were like, "Go watch the full trailers on YouTube or something." I was like, "All right." So
So naturally, that's what you did.
yes, yes, it
The
was.
actual like commercials, like not the trailers, were all garbage this year. I don't think there's a single good
They've
one that I
been
like.
garbage for a couple of years. I feel like the quality has really gone down.
I kinda
ever
like-
since
There was a
Puppy
Jesus
Baby.
one.
I
There was one where they're like, God loves you.
I kind of like the one with T-Mobile where they have Bradley Cooper there with his mom.
With his
He's like
mom.
dressed up as a associate there, and
You
she's
look
just
like a flamingo.
and the narrator's just like award winning this and that. And he's like, yeah, and you don't have any awards. Yeah, that was probably the only memorable commercial. I wasn't really focused on commercials this time. Usually those are the fun parts, but. Yeah.
I looked down at my
I was a little
phone.
too focused doing some homework. But
Homework, fucking nerd.
yeah, dude, that's why I was fucking muted like the entire time. So,
I was
The
doing
whole
some
time.
homework.
but let's start off with the bad one. Okay,
Which one would you
boys.
consider bad in that?
The Flash. So,
You mean the controversial
I
one?
was gonna say I hate how good that one was.
so the Flash, turns out they're actually going through with releasing the movie. They finished the movie right before we were like talking about all this stuff about Ezra. So it's not like they could go back and just spend a fuckload more money. I mean they could,
It could.
but they didn't want to. There was already too much shit done with it, and I think they just wanted to get it out there and just say fuck it. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm hoping for. Is that right now, like instead of just completely crossing it off like they did with Batgirl, that they just release the movie, get at the very least their 300 mil back, and then hopefully let go of Ezra afterwards.
Hope they get rid of him. This was the perfect opportunity to introduce. I mean, they still could, but introduce the TV Flash into it and just make him the fucking Flash because I like him a lot.
I wonder if
Right.
he's like fully done with the idea of that role, because he has said multiple times, the one from the CW, that it was pretty tough on him mentally,
Yeah.
especially when they did the suit change and he just looked even skinnier than before. And like a lot of the fans were just talking so much shit about his size. And he's one of those dudes, like one of those skinny people that they can probably eat a whole fucking truckload of food if they wanted to and then just not gain anything. So
Give him a padded armor suit,
yeah.
Right.
Like the one Ezra Miller has looks pretty good.
Yeah, that one actually looks good. The trailer looks so good, and it's upsetting because of everything that's happened with Ezra. It's like,
I'm surprised General Zod is the problem in this one.
no,
They could introduce another villain.
They're bringing all three of them together, all the Snyder stuff together. So
Doomsday.
It's still Ben Affleck's Batman that's going to be in there, and you can see part of the trailer. He's actually riding the motorcycle towards all the crazy stuff going on. General Zod is back, yeah. So they're also showing again what happened in Man of Steel, but that's probably from when the time jump happens, where he goes back in time and everything just changes for him. So for anyone that doesn't know the story about Flashpoint, it is Barry Allen wanting his mom back, and he ends up running back in time so far back that his mom is still alive, and things change where he saves her and he loses his powers actually in the process of that.
Saving his mom means he never did X, Y, and Z to
Yeah.
get his powers right.
Yeah. And then so because of that, it changed a few other things. Spoilers, I guess, if anyone doesn't want to hear about this. But it is 10 plus years old.
Is it really fucking
Yeah. I don't know, give it like 2-3 minutes, speed up past this. But anyways, Bruce Wayne ends up getting shot and killed instead of his parents.
Should
Yeah.
have left.
And because of that, his dad ends up becoming Batman, and his mom ends up becoming Joker. Now, I don't know if they're going to do that same exact thing, because they're using Michael Keaton's Batman, and it still doesn't look like he's using guns or anything like
because
his dad did. Yeah, his dad used the guns in the comics. So who knows what they're going to do with that, but it looks like Michael Keaton is the new Batman when he goes back in time. and Ben Affleck is the current Batman. But they're writing off Ben Affleck, obviously, because this is going to be a soft reboot. So I don't know. Like, it looks good.
And I
The
hate
easiest thing they could do with Flashpoint is Earth 2, Earth 3, Earth 99, you know?
Mhm.
And then just it's new actor for Flash, new actor for Batman, Superman, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're just gonna replace the actors in the universe that they've already established.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
But this should be like realistically the easiest way to do it, but they don't want to do it that way, I don't think so.
James Gunn finally came out to talk about what his plan was for the next 8 to 10 years of DC. And he is pretty much doing a soft reboot. Um, he is looking at starting off the DCU in 2025 with Superman Legacy. And I mean, unfortunately, we're not getting Henry Cavill. So who knows who's going to end up being the next Superman? He says he wants someone younger. But then he'll keep, I don't know, looks like he's keeping, he might keep Gal Gadot. I'm not sure, because he said he's leaving the door open for other characters that were already in the established Snyderverse. So we'll see, because it's going to start off with Superman Legacy, and then they're going in with Wonder Woman's Paradise Lost, which he's saying he's trying to make it into like a Game of Thrones style
TV
movie.
show.
Um,
I think it's a show, right?
no,
Not
it's
a
a
movie. Is it?
No, he's not doing shows with those big characters. And then after that, it's Batman Brave and the Bold, with Robin being brought into it, but current Robin, which is Batman's son, Damian. And I mean, that's pretty much the big ones right now. He is bringing in a bunch of weird, like, lower level stories / characters that people don't know about.
Passion projects.
Yeah.
He's doing Blue Beetle.
No, Blue Beetle was already like one of the last ones from the Snyderverse. So right now we still have, what the fuck do we still have? We still have The Flash, Blue Beetle, Shazam. That's another one. We have a fourth one. I think it might be, fuck, I don't know. But we essentially just said, Aquaman. Okay, so this year we have 4 movies left from the Snyderverse. Shazam, Flash, Aquaman, and I'm blanking on it again, but, you know.
You get the idea.
Yeah. So that's his plan. We don't know exactly what's going to happen after this Flash movie, but that's the starting point right there of the new reboot, and then we'll see where it goes with Superman. But onto the other trailers, though. We got Fast X. We got Fast and the Furious 10, dude. Jason Momoa is actually in that one as the bad guy. So he's, if anyone's seen Fast 5, it looks like he's being set up to be the son of that mob boss that was killed in Fast 5, where they stole his safe.
The whole ass vault.
Yeah. So,
Vin Diesel gets a buff to all abilities because his son is family.
it's funny that like people are still complaining that like, oh my god, they're making another one. It's like, dog, actually, after Fast and Furious 7 came out, they confirmed that they were doing a whole 3 more movies. 8, 9, and 10. They confirmed it way back since number 7. And the 10th one was supposed to be the last one. And then a few years later after that announcement, they said the last one is going to be like a 2-parter. So it's going to be 10 and 11. Now, if they go past that, I don't fucking know. I haven't really heard anything about that, but I'm assuming that's going to be the last one. You know, it kind of makes me want to watch 9 because I never saw 9.
I stopped at 5.
Number
I
9
stopped at like 7.
has John Cena in it, and I thought
And
he
John
was
Cena's in the new one.
yeah, I thought he was going to be a one-off character. But now seeing him in the trailer for the 10th one, I'm like, okay, you know what? Now I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see number 9. So there was actually a trailer, not a trailer, an interview with Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez talking about what they want from the 11th installment. And Vin Diesel was actually talking about he has an idea of a guy that wants to introduce AI technology and self-sufficient self-driving cars. And he's like, I will leave you with that to your imagination. And him saying that, a lot of people are speculating Robert Downey Jr. So that would be interesting. And then him just being cryptic about that. And then they ask Michelle Rodriguez who she would watch. She's like, bro, I want fucking Matt Damon in there, bro. he was in Bourne. Like he made all those awesome movies in Bourne. He's like, I want him in the next Fast and Furious.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
I still remember seeing the trailer like when it first dropped in like movie theaters, and I saw that and I'm like, that is gonna be a meme for the fucking ages.
Jesus Christ. And people still saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's these last 3 movies of Fast and the Furious. I mean, if you're expecting a fucking Shakespearean level type of movie, just shut the fuck up. Like, go somewhere else. Don't even watch this. Like, we get it. We get it. You don't like action movies. This is purely a stupid action movie, and that's what you're getting. They keep upping the stakes with every movie ever since 8.
I just want to see the T-Rex chasing the Lamborghini or whatever they're driving, you know?
Bro, there was even talks. I think we talked about this a few months back, where there was like an interview talking about possible talk with a crossover between, I think it was Fast and Furious and Transformers, something like that. But
Amazing.
I mean, they have. What else could they do with number 11? I mean, they already went to the moon in number 9, I think. And I was seeing the trailer for this one. Oh my god, dude! His Dominic Toretto's Charger takes down 2 fucking choppers with him. Like, they just hook up to the side of his car, and he's just like, "Nah, dog, I'm gonna jump over from one highway to another and make you guys crash." Like, okay, all right. It's stupid, but I'm here for that.
Here for the action.
Exactly.
Okay, hear me out. It's Nazi scientists on the moon, and we have to airdrop T-Rexes on. That's what 11's gonna be.
Yeah.
Dominic Toretto's just a giant T-Rex wearing 2 black fucking Chargers as shoes.
No, it's just the T-Rex costume that people got really popular with, and he's just gonna be running around in that for the whole movie.
He crosses over with Groot in this one.
Okay,
Oh,
why is
no.
Groot so fucking swole?
That dude is yoked to the fucking gills in this new Guardians 3. Holy shit.
Hey
Okay.
man, he's been lifting.
So they made an even longer trailer since we saw that teaser last time. I just want to talk again for that quick second of that last teaser. They land in that fucking planet, and Peter Quill's just like, "We come in peace." The fucking ball gets like tossed over to Drax, and Drax just fucking whips it at the kid. I cannot wait to see that again.
We got a little more Rocket in that one, but then we also got some more Drax in this one. So I still don't know who's gonna die. It's probably still gonna be Rocket.
Oh yeah, I'm betting my money on Rocket.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Quill. Who knows? Because at some part of the movie they or the trailer, I don't know if it was Gamora, but someone was carrying Quill. Like he was just knocked out or something. So I don't know. We'll see, dog. The trailer looks really good. We got to see slightly more of Adam Warlock. Dude
Yes.
looks jacked as fuck too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm actually surprised we got to see some Gamora in here. Because it's the Gamora that comes back from Endgame. So just, she doesn't really know anything about what's happened with the current crew. And Peter Quill is just like talking about like everything that they went through. And at the end of it, he's like, and now she's a dick. And she's like, excuse me. And then I don't know what else happened with that trailer. It just
What's her
it looks-
face? The sister, I forget her name. But she was like, he left out some parts, but he was right.
Yeah,
You're a dick.
that's pretty much what happened.
And then he's like staring into her eyes.
Oh no,
He's like,
yeah.
How long have your eyes been black? And he's like, or you have the most beautiful eyes. They were given to me by my father after he tore them out. It's like, well, he picked a great color.
Fucking Gamora is just like, this person that you're talking about sounds more like my sister. And there, she's just like, don't bring me into this. And that's when Quill looks into her eyes.
Fucking name. It starts with an N, right?
Nebula.
Nebula, there we go.
Nebula. There we go.
Yeah, I was blanking on it too. This is why we need you, Billy. To remember simple things like that.
Good job, Billy.
I remember because we have a cat named Nebula.
Proud of you, Billy.
Oh. Do you also pick apart your cat and replace its body parts?
It's a calico, so I think that's why she named it Nebula. But I just call it the one with the fucked up face because it's got like a little stripe of brown, all black, some like white over here.
You still
We
got like,
called our cat Licorice because he looks like a black licorice cat.
that yells all the time.
Wow, wow, wow. I bet if I open my door right now, he'll start screaming at me.
Whoa! What? It's fucking
That's
swollen,
fucking
buddy.
intense, bro. So like the other day, so he's been on he's having some health issues, so he's on a really strict eating diet right now where we feed him at 8 a.m. only half of a can, and then at like 10 we'll feed him the rest of the can. But then we don't feed him again until like 8 p.m. or I think we're trying to hit up around 7 right now, so 7 and 9. And the other day, it was yesterday. I was trying to sleep in, because we didn't get really good sleep at all. Trying to sleep in. 7 o'clock comes around. He starts coming in. He's meowing a little bit, so I kick him out and I close the door. I open the door at like 10 a.m. and I shit you, like, this is what he sounds. He's like, like he sounds like a fucking chicken. The reason why we didn't sleep that night though is we went to bed late. We were watching some Naruto, and then we went to bed late. And then at like, I don't know, midnight, 1 in the morning, it reeks of skunk in our bedroom.
Damn.
And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And then it disappears a little bit, and then I fall asleep. Kara wakes me up again at 2 a.m., and it smells even fucking worse. So we're pretty sure like a skunk came by and just sprayed the outside of our window because it smelled like that for 2 straight days.
Just to spite you.
Yeah. It was like, fuck this window in particular.
For real though. And we were like, is it a fucking gas leak? So what I did, because like I was psyching myself out yesterday, I was still smelling it, so I'm just like, what if it was a gas leak? So I just went into the bedroom, and I was just like, it's just, if I die, I die, but I figure it out.
Just a giant fucking explosion.
That's it. No more bread.
No more Brad.
That's it.
It's over.
What a way for me to go out. No, I'm supposed to die by sticking a knife in a toaster when I'm like 32 or something.
Brad, can we get you like those bath bombs where it's just the toaster that says the last bomb?
Sure. I would never use it
You
because
guys
my
wanna-
bathtub's disgusting.
You guys want to go to those psychics? Those like tarot card readers or some shit?
No,
Why do that? I could just do your own.
no. I believe the Facebook one when Facebook first came around in like 2006 or whatever.
This is how you
I
will die.
I got one of those, and it said around, it was like either 32 or 36. I forget which one, but it is one of those two. It said, I will die by sticking a knife in a toaster.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's
So,
amazing.
How are
you
you
guys
gonna
will
die,
know.
Billy?
Oh, am I gonna die? Hopefully at a major inconvenience to my family.
Car crash in your pop's car?
Alright,
Finally
I'm
get it
looking
paid
this
off
up
and then
right
crash.
now. How will I die? There's GoTo Quiz, there's Psycat Games, Quiz Expo.
Don't go to school tomorrow, Z. Or do.
What are you talking about, dude? I go online.
Don't go to school tomorrow, Z. I just show up in his basement with a fucking gun.
Uh, I'll do this some other time. I would actually like to do one of these stupid quizzes to see what they would say.
Are you guys gonna play Harry Potter? Billy,
I
have
already
you
beat
already
it.
played Harry Potter?
I already beat it.
Did you like it?
So as a game, it's not bad. Uh, Obviously the big things like the no multiplayer, no Quidditch, like that stuff kind of sucks. That being said, like you still get to fly around on a broomstick and on like a winged mount, and then eventually you can get like a land running mount.
That same
So there's
Griffin.
the hippogriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually ride hippogriffs or thestrals for the winged beast mount, but then they have like this giant fucking Cthulhu faced horned fucking beast that you get to actually ride around on the land and like charge and
Billy,
destroy shit.
the game's been out for 2 fucking days. How do you have 66 hours on it?
I got early access. When you pre-order, you got like 3 days early access.
So when did you start playing?
Literally today.
The day that I heard it was out early, if you pre-ordered it.
Billy
So,
put 60 hours in a
it's like the
24-hour day.
seventh, I think.
Okay,
7th,
that is less
I only have
of a
like
surprise.
35 actual hours in the game playing. The rest of the time is like me going downstairs on my map or in the main menus and just it being up.
Did
It
you
tells you how long you've been playing on that save file.
what house did you get?
I got Gryffindor. So they did this thing where like you could import your Pottermore
Your
stuff.
Pottermore.
Yeah. So I did that, and my Pottermore house was Gryffindor, and I have like the wand that it makes you do is like mine was I think like a unicorn hair fucking elk one. I don't know. It lets you like customize to that. But if you don't want to, like you still have the option of customizing that. And then when you go to your house, like you can turn down the house and go to whichever one you want. Like it says, oh, like Gryffindor. It's like, well, are you sure that I belong
Yeah.
in Gryffindor? And then it'll go through.
I
But
I'm also a Gryffindor from that, but I hear like I don't
Hufflepuff
know.
has the best
There's
side quest.
Hufflepuff.
I hear
Yeah,
Hufflepuff
with
has the best side quest.
you get to go fight Dementors inside
Mhm.
Azkaban.
Yeah,
Um,
so I was gonna try that one out too.
The,
I mean, it
the one
sounds like it's worth it just going through the game in all 4 houses eventually.
Yeah.
the one thing about that game that I noticed, it actually looks like a finished game. It doesn't look like it's riddled with bugs. Why would you say it's not a finished game, Billy?
So I would argue that it's a lot like Assassin's Creed. I encountered a bug where someone's whole head was missing, so while I'm talking to them, they're not even there. But while they're in the map, their face is missing and they're like blinking in and out of existence.
That's
Um,
amazing.
so
But
it's like an Assassin's Creed game.
But is that the only thing?
I mean, there's a
Because if you're gonna compare it
couple
to an Assassin's
frustrating
Creed game, like
mechanics.
there's a fucking bug like every other second in Assassin's Creed. There's something game breaking in that shit.
I mean, there's probably not as much game breaking stuff. I will say the like climbing mechanics and shit like that, the parkouring mechanics is a little frustrating. So like there's these trials called Merlin trials, and one of them is like jumping on top of these stones to each other. But one of them's in water, so you try to like jump from the stone to the next one, and your character just decides to take a right turn and jump into the fucking water, and then you got to start the trial over again.
That's awesome.
So just like a couple things like that, but outside of that, it really I did enjoy it. The battles are fun. I like what they did uh with the unforgivable curses. It seems like you don't have to learn them if you don't want to. Obviously, I learned all of them, and I'm running around and Avidi Kediving fucking everything I can, which it has a long ass cooldown, but it one shots even the biggest monsters. Um, not bosses. The bosses I think it does take a little bit more, but those like trolls and shit, fucking bitch is dead.
See, I don't know if I would want to learn
Um,
that just so I can go through the game a little more difficult, you know?
mhm.
But I also would love to just have Vatican a fucking house elf.
So I was disappointed with that. It's like you can't target. So they changed the targeting so that you have to like there has to be an enemy in front of you. And that's one of my gripes about the game. It's not really an interactive environment. Like you can even run into people and they have no reaction. I think the most of a reaction I've gotten is with two of the characters that I've gone through where like you go on a side mission with them and they go through with you. One of them's like, "Oh, I like that curse," while you're fucking crucioing somebody, and then then the other one's like, "Oh, I didn't know you do dark magic," while you're fucking crucioing a Avada Kedavra. But
Interesting. Yeah, I've
like,
only seen Anselmo play it. He was streaming it
mm,
yesterday, so I saw him play for a good minute.
yeah,
Um,
it's
Does
overall it's a fun game. I just wish it was a little bit more interactive with the environment.
do the 26 spells seem good enough, or does it feel lacking?
Honestly, I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about their spells in the beginning, but I think that I liked it more towards the end. I found myself just using the same spells anyways. Like you got some that are your favorite. The way they did it too, like
Leviosa.
yeah, so the way they did it is it's essentially broken down into uh five different types, I think it is. There's your curses, which are like green. There's your damage spells, which are red. There's your force spells, which are purple. So they like move the opponent in some way. Um, there's golden spells, which I don't know what those ones are considered. And then there's like a light blue utility spell. So like when Guardian Leviosa is a utility spell. But then they also have a shit ton of other spells that are just like inherent. So like Alohomora is one that you just like you can just use whenever you don't have to have it in your spell slots. You only get 4 spell slots, but then you could upgrade so you have 4 sets of 4 spell slots. So you have like 16 different spell slots total. There's like magical beasts and creatures that you can use spells on to like brush them and feed them and steal their fur essentially. Um, but I think I ended up just using some like the same spells, especially after I got the curses. Like it was nothing but the curses. But they also have like little upgrade things, so you can upgrade your different spells to do different things. So, for example, um, I think it starts with a C. It's like a fiery explosion. You can upgrade
Crucio.
that. Well, Crucio's
Fuck.
the Unforgiven curse where it
Shit.
just does damage, but it gives them curse damage. So you give it it's like a dark arts upgrade, and the spell now curses your opponents when it hits them. And then like you can upgrade Avada Kedavra where every cursed opponent dies when you use Avada Kedavra. So you can fucking curse like 5 6 people, hit somebody that's not cursed, and those other 5 6 people will die with that one person.
How
Um,
early or late in the game do you get to learn
Pretty
those?
late.
Yeah,
The first
I
one you
kind of assume
learn,
so.
is I think it's Crucio. and that one's pretty early on. But the next
Because that's just
one,
a damaging one, right? One of the first
yeah,
damaging
and it's
ones.
not even a lot of damage. The best thing that you can do with Crucio is like if you upgrade it in the Dark Arts tree, is if you after you Crucio someone so they're like writhing in pain, standing there, if you keep hitting them with the basic spells, it'll launch another spell at an enemy and and curse them as well.
Gotcha.
Now, the best thing about like these spells, so those colors, how each different spell type is color coded, is for a reason. They actually make some opponents that have different like shields. So if they have a purple shield, you have to use a purple shield or a purple spell to break their shield so you can damage them. If they have a red shield, you have to use a red spell, yellow shield, whatever. The curse
Yeah.
goes through all the shields. Doesn't fucking matter. Um, but even even after you beat like even after you get like a Vada Cadaver and you beat the game, there's still a bunch of stuff you can do, like finding collectibles, finishing trials. There's a bunch of side quests to do.
Mm.
Um, so there is a lot of content. I haven't checked out if there's like any new game plus so that I can, even if I choose a different house, like continue with my shit.
Yeah.
Um, which I think would be cool, but at the same time, I feel like that would be uh it would just make it a lot easier. Because I'm already going around and one shotting shit even without a Vada Kedavra.
Damn, son.
Yeah, it's fun overall. Like I would recommend it. Um, I do wish you could do more with the beast. So basically, you just go up with this bag and kidnap these beasts, and then you just take them to your room of requirements and just like let them live in a vivarium of their own. And that's it. You feed them, you brush them, and then they give you resources to upgrade your shit, and that's it. So I wish there was a little bit more you could do with them there. Um, but you get to like grow your own plants, brew your own potions. It's oversimplified though, so it's just like click on a button and it drops the ingredients in. Um, I would say probably the only intensive thing that you have to do is like when you first learn a spell, they have you do what's called like professor assignments. So you have to perform certain tasks. You finish it, then you have to go to the professor, and the professor will teach you how to do the spell. And you have to like do a little button mashing where it's like a little line that follows whatever the movements for the wand, and it's like left click, right click, space bar, F, whatever, and you go through this line until you get to the end, and then you learn the spell.
Isn't a Vada Cadaver literally just like the lightning
It's
bolt?
well, yeah. Such a fucking.
Billy, do you know why Professor Snape was not the herbology professor?
It's not because he hated lilies.
Because he couldn't keep a lily alive.
Damn.
No.
Like
Did you
dumb.
see? Did you see the? I don't know how much of a Potter fan you are, Brad,
Not
but
much.
there's like
He's the
this.
biggest Harry Potter fan.
Do you remember? I feel like Kara probably is. Do you remember um, the first time Professor Snape meets Harry Potter, and he asks him that ridiculous question that Hermione like knows the answer to, and she keeps like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh." Well, it was essentially him saying Snape is like deeply saddened at the loss of Harry's mom or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
See, he is a big nerd.
I
I bet you have a Harry Potter tattoo on one of your shoulders, don't you?
no. I get a lot of Harry Potter TikToks. Kara liked the books a lot.
Mm.
Um, so I think she probably likes them a lot less now, but I've learned
Mm.
some things from her. You could probably ask her a question and she'll know most of it. But those are some of her favorite books in high school, I believe. So
Well, there is one character in the game that like it's part of a quest you have to retrieve this book, but this it's a Ravenclaw character and she just grills you on like different questions. Like what was used before the golden snitch was founded for Quidditch? And it's like three
my
options
ball.
you get to pick from. It's a golden snidget, actually, in case you were curious. Yeah, so
I do kind of like how it like expands on the past of all of that,
Yeah.
and you can see like the ancestors, like some of the you know the old Weasleys and
hmm
the great grandmother of who is it, like Bellatrix,
The blacks.
yeah, the blacks, and there's like another one. Um,
Um,
I
there's a
hope
couple.
that they can get the fucking rights to Quidditch and make a
Mhm.
DLC because I think that'd just be fun.
I was kind of hoping that like they'd open it up to multiplayer, even like multiplayer and Quidditch, and then you could have people walk around the school recruiting for their Quidditch teams.
Sounds like you want a Harry Potter MMO.
Yeah, that's initially what I thought this was
That
going to
could
be
just
when
be
I
its
was really
own game,
excited
just
for it.
Quidditch.
I
Probably
assumed that
could
this was
really
going to be a
Quidditch
dumbed
manager.
down Skyrim Harry Potter, where there's like main quests, side
Mm,
quests that you can go on, some like dungeons that you can raid, like be it like the
that's
Chamber of
essentially what it
Secrets
is.
or yeah. But
No Chamber of
I didn't
Secrets.
have high hopes walking into this game, and I still don't. So I'm probably gonna wait for it to go on sale.
I don't get how
Yeah.
you could get more dumbed down than Skyrim or just Elder Scrolls in general. It's just rinse and repeat.
Yeah, once they took out the multiplayer aspect, that's kind of what I was expecting too. But I was really excited to just like walk around and start Avada Kedavraing fucking random people. Nope, can't do
Skyrim's map is too extensive for you to call it rinse and repeat. You could do
it.
so much in that shit. Like, yeah, it's the same spells, it's the same weapons, but there's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's mud crabs with monocles and top hats.
Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now. Now you fucked up.
Listen to Lady John.
How big is that world?
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. So I was initially thinking it was going to be just Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, but there's like a pretty extensive map. Now, as you,
Outside of the like school grounds or
yeah, so you get like the school itself is already pretty big, uh, as you could have probably guessed because there's just so much that like so many caverns and corridors you can go down.
yeah.
But then on top of it, there's main areas with different kinds of biomes. So like the north, obviously in your northwest, you got like the Forbidden Forest, which is actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. But you got the Forbidden Forest, which is like overrun with spiders. Then you got to the north of that is like swampy lands, and there's these like dug bogs, whatever the heck they are, for these creatures where they like giant toads that have spikes in their back and shoot their tongues out at you. Uh, all on top of it, like there's also goblins and like dark wizards as they're called, just everywhere. Uh, and then in the southeast, like you go through a goblin lair kind of thing, which I was honestly a little upset about this. There's like a little spot in the map where it kind of like breaks it into two sections. So you have like Upper Hogwarts, Lower Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and all that. And there's this like little tiny spot, and then there's like a whole other southeastern side of the map. But there isn't any mission that takes you through that like Goblin Fortress. You just kind of go through there to get to the other side so that you can continue and start your next mission. So I was a little upset with that, but
this all takes place in one school year, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, you
what
start as
I
a
think
fifth
would be
year.
really cool would be you start as a first year, right? And you go through and you do like let's say you have I mean this one has classes, let's say you have classes and stuff and
Mm-hmm.
like there's some enemies that come up, whatever happens. But I think it'd be cool to go through all 4 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then like in one of the years, like you have to do the Triwizard Cup or whatever. And
Right.
there's like puzzles for one of them, and then you gotta fight a fucking troll for another one. Um, and then that'd be I think too expansive for those guys, but
Yeah. Yeah,
I
they
think it'd
start
be
They
you
could
off
cool.
as
probably
a
look
fifth
into that
year.
for the next game. I mean, it seems like it's already sold
Mm-hmm.
high enough and being talked
Just
about a lot to the point where they could probably already start looking at making a sequel.
despite the people who like literally made a website tracking what streamers were playing the game.
All right. I'm gonna preface this. gonna preface this with fuck J.K. Rowling, fuck everything she believes, but don't go fucking bullying people for playing this goddamn game.
Right, it's just a fucking game.
So yes, we are giving her money, but more importantly, we're giving the company and the developers and the programmers and everyone who worked on the fucking game money for something that they deserve. It's very well deserving of me spending $60, but
especially just
me
being
probably 30.
just being in the gaming industry as a developer, like you hear so many bad stories about like all the overtime they work, all the late nights, all the crunch hours, all the bullshit they go through just to like grind out a possibly really good game, and then still have to, you know, live service it because it wasn't fully finished like games used to be.
Also, isn't J.K. Rowling like a fucking billionaire?
Yeah.
So aren't
Doesn't
we
matter how much she's making from this.
right? Aren't we like giving her fucking pennies?
Yeah. I will say, so the game does start you off as your 5th year. I would not mind if they kind of like put this one as like, all right, this is its own enclosed game where it's like the history of Hogwarts and all that. Now let's go into maybe either a more modern, because I don't know if you guys have played the old Harry Potter games. I mean, it'd be cool if those got
The ones
remastered.
that follow the actual story.
The actual story, yeah. Like that would be cool if those were remastered into like one pack, and then you could play it through each of the years.
What do you mean? There's
What?
Lego Harry Potter.
That isn't Lego Harry Potter. But like, give me another one where it's like modern. You know, like I want an American student showing up to Hogwarts packing his 9 and his and his fucking.
Who's that guy with no nose that's yelling at you over there?
Hey, you know what's funny though is Avalanche Studios, the guys that made the Hogwarts game, they made a game to rival GTA 5 back in the day called 25 to Life.
25 to Life.
So they probably could, you know, throw in a Glock or two for the sequel game.
There's
fucking kid from Chicago comes to Harry Potter.
Jesus Christ. These graphics. You know what those graphics remind me of? You guys ever played those fucking true crime games? It was like True Crime LA or some shit like that.
Yeah, I love those games.
I fucking love those games so much.
First one's the best one.
And
then
was that like True Crime LA?
Yeah, Streets of LA, and then Streets of New York was the second one, with Snoop Dogg as the main character.
I remember that one.
And then the third one was actually sold. The IP was sold, I think, in the middle of production. So instead of being True Crime Hong Kong, it became Sleeping Dogs.
That's where Sleeping Dogs came from?
Yes, sir.
I did not know that.
A little fun fact for you nerds.
Yeah, you type in True Crime Game Series, it shows True Crime Streets of LA, True Crime New York City, and Sleeping Dogs.
Weren't they supposed to make a fourth one? Or like a sequel to Sleeping Dogs? I feel like they were.
I thought so. I thought there was a Sleeping Dogs too.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a Sleeping Dogs. Well, okay, there's a song called Sleeping Dogs. There's two.
I started watching some gameplay for Dark and Darker. Still doesn't seem like my thing.
I think it'll be mine, but you need a 3-stack, or they need to introduce a solo mode, because all the times I hopped in, I did run into some trios, and I just got dicked by those trios each time. But it's fun, it's hard, it's battle royale-ish, and loot system like Tarkov. I like it.
Oh, is that dungeon crawler one?
Yeah.
So you get dropped into a randomly generated dungeon, changes every time. You have like a shrinking circle, like battle royales do. So you have to like get closer to the inside of the map. It forces engagements, but like the NPCs are really fucking hard to kill. So like level 1, if you have like a broadsword, it takes like 6 fucking melees to kill a skeleton. And the melees are whack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whack, and you have to, you know, if you have more than one computer on you, like you're fucked.
Right.
And then you introduce it's PvP as well, so then you introduce people into it. It's just hard, but essentially you go in with whatever loot you got, kill, loot. There's like a little portal at some point that pops up. I don't know when, I don't know where, but a portal pops up. If you escape through that portal, you keep everything that you looted, and then from then on, it's the Tarkov system where you can sell whatever, you can keep whatever, and you have like a stash, and I think you could build up your stash, things like that.
Mhm.
I feel like you would have played that before us. I'm surprised you didn't.
I had a group of friends that played it, but I don't know. I kind of gave up on any Tarkov-esque games. Um,
Howard.
like I didn't even play Marauders.
Marauders doesn't look great to me.
No, I think I remember hearing it had a lot of problems with it too. So.
Also, the cycle, when I popped in and played that,
Mhm.
still not like better idea than the original cycle, still not great.
Yeah.
You know what other game I played recently? South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Did you beat it?
I did.
It's fun, right?
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun, and it did make me want to play the second one. But I think the second one still costs.
The Fractured Butthole is okay. I never beat it. It's definitely worse, and I don't like the superpower system.
Definitely worse and like good worse or like
Combat's different, and it's not as good to me. I like the Pokemon
like
style.
actually
Why
worse.
why would you put good worse together? Like, since when has that been a thing? Like worse, good worse?
Well,
Is
like
that what-
so like I thought he meant like worse, like it was harder or
Wow. No, I just don't like it.
Damn.
I don't like the whole. I would have liked just a sequel to that, but
Mhm.
um, I think it's still worth it. I mean, those games are funny. They should definitely come out with another one too.
Yeah.
But you do get like the Cood and
Yeah. It's everyone's in their superpower.
and question mark man, whatever his fucking name
Mysterion.
is, Kenny.
Yeah.
Also, I learned recently that I I guess this was like an episode within the last year, but they retcon Token's name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, like I just thought that his name was always like when I saw that I thought his name was always Tolkien, like J.R.R. Tolkien. No,
No,
they
it
made an
was
episode.
Token.
Yeah, they made an episode
Mhm.
retconning it. So
Yep.
Token, like the token black guy,
Mm-hmm.
was his name all the way up until this episode. Then then they had an episode where he tells Stan that it's Tolkien. And he's like, "What?" So, but what they did is they went back to every episode and the wiki and everything that has to do with South Park, and they changed his name to Tolkien,
Mm-hmm.
Li or Lkien, right? Except when Stan says it, and it's
Yep.
just Token.
Because Stan thinks his name is Token. So
Yeah.
yeah, they
That's
went
awesome.
really
Funny, dude.
deep in that. They changed all the subtitles, everything, except for when it involves Stan.
It's so funny.
Damn. You get fucked.
I got something in my eye. It's on this podcast.
Just leave. Billy's left before.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time.
Right. Fuck out of here.
Me?
You were already falling asleep earlier, anyways.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Got a
Billy
white-ass
was
neck.
Billy was talking about the greatest like Hogwarts game ever created, and
he
you
was
were
like,
just
wasn't it
you were
like-
just like right there, laid back. Your fucking eyes were
Sending
closed.
Billy gifts.
Your eyes were closed.
No, so that's an actual problem that I have is I always look like my eyes are closed. I'm not high at all. And whenever I take pictures, I just always look like my eyes are closed. But like I'm not like that wide-eyed of a person.
Got a lot of Asian blood.
So have something in my eye.
Just splash water on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Splash your soda or your tea on it.
Yeah.
This is 12 hours old.
That's fine.
Guarantee it'll clean it up.
Right. Forget about the consequences.
No, this is the consequences, man.
Is that hand sanitizer? Just put,
You
yeah,
don't
just
huff
put
it?
it in your eye. Come on, pussy.
No balls. You won't huff it. Straight open that fucking container out.
Oh shit! All right, boyos. This is a fun one. Coming back to it.
Take your balls, Billy. I mean, your beard.
You know,
Thanks
I
for
shave my
everyone.
balls and put it on
Thanks
my
for
beard.
everyone joining us on the live stream.
He's not streaming.
Yeah, I did stream this one.
Oh shit. Well, shit. Oh well. Thanks for anyone who listens to this.
Thanks, Mike.
Deuces.